Hi, I'm Ethan Green from NoSleeplessNights.com, and in this video I'm going to be doing a review of the Roffie white noise machine. This one has 30 different sounds to choose from and a nightlight, and it's quite small and portable, so I think it's one that will appeal to a few people, potentially the parents of small children. Now what I'm going to do in this review is split it into a few different sections. First of all, I'm going to talk about the specifications and the features, and then I'm going to play all 30 sounds very briefly so you can listen to them. And after that, I'm going to talk about an issue which has cropped up with this one, which is about the company asking you for reviews on Amazon. I actually bought this one myself on Amazon for £25. It was an Amazon Choice product at the time, but as we'll see later in this review, perhaps it shouldn't have been. And after that, I'm going to conclude with some of my final thoughts. So without further ado, let's pop over to the table and I'll tell you more about it. Okay, so let's talk about the basic specifications first. In terms of the dimensions, it's quite small and portable. It's 4.5 by 4.5 by 2.8 inches, which is 115 by 115 by 72 millimeters. It doesn't weigh much either. It's 353 grams, which is 12.4 ounces. So it's at the smaller end of the white noise machine range of dimensions that I've looked at anyway. As for the power, it came with this very, very long USB cable. It's about 1.5 meters long, which is great as it means that you can have more flexibility to place it where you like in your bedroom or your study or your office. It doesn't need to be really close to the power outlet. As for the power, it didn't come with an adapter, so you just got the cable here, but I think most people have a USB outlet these days. For example, I'm going to use this standard UK 5-volt DC USB power adapter. So I'm just going to plug it in now and then I'll be back to talk about the rest of the device. So let's talk about the buttons first. As you can see right on the top, there's a button for the nightlight, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you can see some little pictures which show you the different main sound settings. Here you've got on and off, and these tiny little holes there have little blue LEDs, which you probably won't be able to see because it's so bright where I'm filming. But you don't notice those if you're using it in the dark. These little categories, I wish the pictures were a little bit bigger because they're really, really tiny. I've got it right up to my camera at the moment, but if you've got it 1 meter away, for example, you can't see what they are at all, unless you've got Superman vision, which I don't, because I wear glasses. So with those main categories, there are 6 of them, and each of them has 5 different options as well, so that's 30 sounds in total. To cycle through them, you've got some buttons on the side. This one here cycles through the main categories, and that one there goes through each of the options within that category. We've got power on and off, and we've got volume up and down. That's something that I do like because occasionally you find white noise machines that share the same buttons for the track choice and the volume, which annoys me. So I like the fact that they've got separate buttons there. As for the buttons, there's something else to mention. Where are they? This side here. We've got timers here of 30, 60 and continuous. So for 30 minutes, you need to slide it that way, and then 60 in the middle, and continuous play over to the right there. And I do think that it would have been good to have a few more timer options, but at least it does have some. This button, the slider, is a little bit stiff and quite small, so if you've got finger sensitivity issues, you might struggle with this one. So yeah, if you've got finger sensitivity issues and bad vision, then you're going to really struggle with this machine. Another thing to mention is that it's got the headphone jack there, standard 3.5mm outlet, so you can listen privately if you're sharing a bedroom or sharing your office or study with someone else, and they don't particularly like white noise. So those are the main features to talk about. Now let's have a listen to all of the sounds. So let's turn it on. And these are going to be let me see if I can see the LED. Yeah, you can just see it. These are the fan sounds. Okay, these are the white noise sounds. These are the nature sounds. Okay, next we have sea waves. This is rain or thunderstorms. And then these are the ones which are under the category of lullaby. Yeah, not really a lullaby. Also not really a lullaby. Something from a sci-fi movie. Whales, very nice, but not a lullaby. And probably, in my opinion, the exact opposite of a lullaby. So let's go to another standard one and look at the volume. Here we've got a fan sound. Let me turn the volume up to its maximum. And that's it. It's not that loud really. And you can adjust the volume, it has incremental volume controls, so you can have it much quieter. And I have to say, considering the overall speaker quality, having it on a lower volume is probably going to be something you're going to want to do. So let me talk through some of those sounds and explain what I think about them. First of all, I had a listen out last night. It took me quite a while to identify the lengths of the loops because they're actually pretty good in terms of not having breaks or clicking noises, but they do seem to be quite short, the loops, once you do spot them. They're around 30 seconds on the nature sounds, the ones that I could tell anyway. But you've really got to listen out to them, I think. But yeah, if you're an adult and you're worried about looping and you're the kind of person that spots intermittent sounds that can be identified, then you will notice those loops. As for the white noise and the fan sounds, I think it's good that they've got different options, but again, the pink and the brown noise, if that's what they're supposed to be, aren't particularly relaxing just because the speaker just lacks bass really. As for the nature sounds, I like the fact that it's got various different ones, but you can hear a kind of highway or motorway in the background of some of them, so it's not pure nature sounds. The sea wave, it's good that they've got different options there, I quite like those. And the thunderstorm, it's good that you can have some just with rain or some with thunder as well, because not everyone likes thunder and not everyone likes just the rain. The lullaby, I don't know why they've put lullaby as a category, maybe they couldn't think of anything else, maybe. Annoying sounds would have been a better category topic. But yeah, I know some people have had some success playing heartbeat sounds or metronomes, ticking clocks to babies and small kids, so maybe that's one to try. But for me, I think really overall, my opinion would be that it's good that there's 30 sounds, lots of options. Some people appreciate that, but I think it would have been better to have less sounds and a better speaker quality. Now let's have a look at the nightlight because I can't really show it in this particular bright setting. So here's a video that I've already taken of the nightlight. Something that I really like about the nightlight is that it has two main settings. You can have it pulsing or you can have it on a fixed brightness. And I really like the warmth of this glow. I think really this is probably one of the best things about this white noise machine. Okay, now let's talk about this little thank you note that appeared in the box when I bought it. The key thing is the line in the middle. If you're satisfied with the product, we invite you to share your great user experience by writing a 5 stars review on Amazon. Not any review, not a 1, 2, 3 or 4 stars review, but it has to be a 5-star review. And then you can get a free gift of 15 money back or zero pressure eye mask. If you turn it over, there's steps to get your free gift. And it means that it's very clear that you have to leave a 5-star review. You can't get the free gift if you leave a 1, 2, 3 or 4-star review. This is called product review manipulation. Now at the time of making this video, I just checked on Amazon, there's 255 reviews, 93% of them are 5 stars. The majority written in English. There was only 5 1 or 2 star reviews written in German, Italian and French, and they were quite damning about this product. So really, I've got no evidence that all of those 5-star reviews or even any of those 5-star reviews weren't genuine. Perhaps they all are genuine. Maybe people in the UK just really love this white noise machine. But I do have a little bit of a suspicion that it might not be the case for everybody. Now, one thing that I will say about this is that there's a real problem which is even beyond the Roffie, which is the fact that it ended up as an Amazon choice product. And I think that if a product is engaging in this kind of review manipulation and then it's related to the Amazon choice recommendation, then something's wrong there. Okay, so let's wrap up with a few of my final thoughts about the Roffie. As I said at the beginning, I really do think that this one is probably going to be best suited to parents who want to leave a white noise machine in a kid's bedroom and play soft white noise to them to help them sleep or to help them relax. I don't really think that this is going to be one that's most suitable for adults, especially if you're an adult that's used to good speaker quality, good sound quality, and you're the kind of person that listens out for loops on white noise machines. Because really with a 30-second loop, as I could tell on some of the nature sounds, you will spot it if you listen to it regularly. Also, I think if you're an adult, perhaps you're not going to make the best use of the nightlight function. Maybe you will, but I suspect many adults won't. Some of the other things that I think are worth bearing in mind is that it is quite easy to operate. I like the fact that it's got separate buttons for each of the controls and that it allows you to identify the exact category of sound you want pretty quickly and then cycle through those sounds. You don't need to press one button 30 times just to find the sound that you like. It's good that it's got a couple of timers. It's a shame that it didn't come with a power adapter, just the USB cable, but for me personally that's not an issue just because I've got so many USB outlets anyway. The price is pretty good as well, £25 I paid, so it's quite cheap for a white noise machine. So really I'll leave it up to you to decide whether it's going to be one for you as an adult or whether it's appropriate for you because you've got kids that you want to play white noise to. And if you do, one of the good things about this is that you can have it on a lower volume, which is what you should do if you're playing it to kids anyway. So thanks again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did and you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more reviews and more sleep products. Thanks again. This is Ethan from No Sleepless Nights.